Hello guys, welcome back to Appsheet tutorial. So this is Adithya. I have 3+ years of experience in Appsheet and I do mobile application development and I'm an entrepreneur and I do freelancing also. So today's video we're going to see about loop function of part 2. So previous video I have created a loop function part 1. So there I will give you the top link. You can check it out, the first part of the video, and some of the users were asking this action. I need to take to the archive table as many as records indicated by the quantity column. So which means we need to loop and repeat the same columns again and again until the quantity get reduced. So if you are new to this channel, just subscribe and hit the bell icon. Let's get started. So in our previous video we have created a loop function. So if you are new to this channel, you haven't seen the video, I'll give the link in description. Just check it out, and in the top tag also. So there we have created a loop function called this inventory and archive. So what basically the loop function we did previously, so whatever the quantity which becomes 0, so this is the inventory management app. So I have created a playlist of inventory management, so you can check it out from the first of the video so that you can understand clearly this quantity and all. So what we did in previous video, so whatever the columns are 0, which we are moved to the archive. So these two items were became quantity 0, so we have moved from inventory to the archive by looping all these rows. Okay, using the reference action, by looping all these rows we have moved. Now what some of the users were asking, so I need to take to the archive table as many records as indicated by quantity column. So Messila Vega has asked this one. So what she's asking is, so we need to add to the archive table, and based on the quantity we need to repeat the rows. So basically it's like a looping of all the rows and adding to the archive, and based on the quantity we going to repeat. So this is quantity 6, right? So I will first add this row to this archive column, so it will be 6 and the remaining 5 4 3 2 1. I'm going to loop 6 things. Okay, so based until the quantity becomes 0. So let's see how we're going to do. So we have already created this inventory management and loop function, so that's the continuation part of this. So I'm going to, so for this we have to add a new column. Okay, first inventory ID. So loop function, the repeat function will work based on the unique IDs. Okay, so the inventory ID will be the same as the inventory. So for example, if we are moving the mobile, so it will be the same thing for 6 times looping, and the unique ID is a different thing. So what happened if you didn't add this column means, so it will replace the same row again and again, but the quantity only changes. So in order to avoid the replacement of the rows, so we have added a new column called inventory ID, and this will be the ID of the inventory, and this unique ID is as usual new unique IDs. Okay, so I have added this row, and let's regenerate the data table of archive view columns. Regenerate. So yeah, I regenerated this. So unique IDs, so this will be the unique ID and the inventory ID. Okay, so this inventory ID will be the unique ID of the inventory table. Now previously we have created the behavior called loop function, so which is, just check it out the previous video, which is the quantity of 0, then we are adding to the archive and removing. This reference action we have used previously. So now what we're going to do is, so we're going to create a new action. Sorry, first we have to create a bot for this. So what bot is the repeater bot? Bot name will be repeater bot. So configure the event custom event, this will goes to the archive. So what basically we're going to do is, so we are going to add this row, all the rows to the archive. Oh, sorry, power gone. Oh my god, sorry. Oh gosh, power gone. I got some internet issue. 1 second, I'm converting, changing to my mobile internet. Sorry guys. So basically what we're going to do is, so once we add the row to this archive table, then this bot will trigger. Okay, so this bot adds. Okay, when we add, then we're going to run the process of repeater process. So that for that we have to create a behavior. So that behavior all applies to the archive. So this will be the repeater. Okay, repeater, and this also referenced action. Reference. Sorry, not execute an action or a set of rows. So this is also the same. So we're going to repeat the same table, right? So archive table we are going to add multiple rows, and the reference row will be the list of unique IDs. So it's just the unique ID what we are adding. Okay. Usually it will take the first row which we have added. So I will explain later. So the referenced action, we have to add a group action. So one will be adding the row and another will be again we'll call this repeater. Okay. So I create another action, adding row in. Okay. So this again, this will add a new row to the another table. The table will be the same archive table. So this one will be okay. Sorry. So we already have adding to archive, right? Okay. No. So let's add inventory ID, product ID, quantity, date. But we have to remove the unique ID because unique ID is auto generated by the initial value. Okay, and the inventory ID will be the same inventory ID. We're going to just repeat the rows, but only thing, the quantity we need to reduce. Okay, so we have to reduce the quantity. So for that we are gonna use just any last row of the quantity, then we're going to reduce it. Select archive. Power is very bad. Archive and the quantity, we are fetching the archive quantity of the last row. So the row number will be max of row number. So this will give the quantity of the last row, which means, so for example, first 5 will be added and it will reduce it to 4, right? So 4, 3, 2, 1, like this we're going to reduce this last row, and date will be the date. So where is the date? Oh gosh, full power gone. Oh, it's okay, we will continue. So the date, it will also be date, but date column is missing. Right. Yeah, it's here. Okay, so now this will add the same row, but it will reduce the quantity, right? Now we need to group this both row. We are going to create a grouped action for the same. Okay, where. So adding row plus repeating, which we are going to group. And this means, so first add row in archive and then repeat. So in this way the loop will continue. First adding, then it goes to repeater. Okay, so this repeater, what does it does is, again it will call this adding row plus repeating. So now you got to understand, I guess. So what it basically does, I will explain the full flow later. But the repeater, we have to stop, right? Because it keep on looping. So for that we have to create a behavior and the same condition. So here we just this one, just copy this, and we should stop repeater at some point. So greater than 1. Okay, which means we are telling up to 1 we going to repeat, after stop it, like that we are telling. So it's somewhat complicated and confusing. I will explain finally what exactly it does. Okay, and we will change the previous loop function. Instead of quantity to 0, we'll just convert to true, all rows. So we're going to add all the rows. Okay, and save. And we don't want to remove, so adding to archive plus removing, right? So this is a group. We'll just add row. Okay, just adding to archive all the rows instead of removing. So we'll just add the rows. Okay, and we'll save. So I'll just explain all the process. It will be a bit confusing. Lots of actions, rows. Okay, we still have to complete this bot. So when anything got row added, we need to run the data action. That data action will be adding row plus repeating. Okay, oh, so I'll explain the flow. Okay, so what we going to do is, so with this behavior, and that bot will be, yeah, that's fine, repeater bot is fine. So with this behavior, so this is the loop function which we're going to trigger. Okay, so in this inventory something will go this. So this loop function, what does it does? So when I press this trigger button, it will loop the whole inventory table, this all the inventory table which we are looping. So currently 1 2 3 4 6 rows are there. So this all the unique IDs which we are looping and adding to archive. So this one archive. So what does it does? The first row will get added. Okay, and that adding to archive also we need to change properly. The inventory ID should be the unique ID. So this you have to change. Okay, previously it was unique ID, so that's wrong. So we added a new column, inventory ID. So this inventory ID will be the unique ID of the inventory table and product, quantity and date. So after adding to archive, so this loop part still will be pending. So other rows will be there. So first row, one row we are adding to archive, then this bot will get triggered, this repeater bot, what we told is, so if anything gets added to this archive, then this trigger this adding row in archive and repeater, which is the adding row plus repeating action. So that adding row plus repeating action, what does it does? First add row in the archive, so which is in the same table, which is in the same archive table. So if you see add row in archive, so which we are adding in the same archive table, and then but only thing, the quantity is getting reduced at the last number of the quantity. Okay, so adding row in archive, then we are repeating again, so repeater we are calling. So repeater, what does it does? So it's again referencing the archive table, and again it's calling the adding row plus repeating. So again adding row plus repeating, then again it will repeat add row, then it will call repeater. So repeater again will call this add. So in this way the repeater works until behavior we have given, the repeater should greater than 1, the quantity should be greater than 1. Okay, which means 0. Until it becomes 1, it will repeat n number of times. Okay, so and this reference row list of unique ID means, so what exactly it does is, so this is triggered by the bot. Adding row plus repeating is triggered by the bot, and the bot is triggered by the loop function of the particular one row, right? So one row of that one unique ID, not all of the unique IDs. Okay, only that one row of the unique ID which is going to keep on repeating. Okay, so till after this one set of loop and loop plus repeating completes, then another set. So again still this loop we have to continue, right, for the next unique ID of the inventory. So then another table, this one will get added in archive, and then it's going to repeat multiple times. Then this one we're going to add it in archive, and so let's see the demo. So this loop function, just sync, we'll see lively, it will looks very cool. Okay, so the mobile get added, and this is inventory ID 654321, but this is a random unique IDs. Okay, and then smart TVs get added, so which is smart TV 54321. Okay, in this way they now spyglass, frozen chicken, so everything is getting added, right? So we can, it will continue till all the rows completes, right? It's cool, right? So we can see lively. Okay, so in this way we can loop and repeat. And if you have any doubts, just leave a comment, and if you like this video, just like and share, and follow me on Instagram, which I have given in the description. If you have any doubts, I will reply to your doubts in Instagram. Sometimes I won't watch out comments, and yeah, so it's got stopped one. So finally it's okay guys, so I will see you in next video. So don't forget to share and subscribe, and comment what are the next video if you want. So the lucky commenter will, I will make a video on some of the users comments who is lucky. Okay, so thank you guys, bye bye.